We are celebrating permanency through all the adoptions that Louisiana has experienced through our foster care system this entire year. For us in Louisiana, it's Adoption Day. We actually have sometimes said it's no bad news day because nothing can overshadow the celebration of permanency when families have stepped forward to give children an opportunity to have a forever family. We are celebrating 619 adoptions in our past year, and with that, over the term of the John Bell Edwards administration, nearly 6,000 adoptions during that time. And so the culmination of that brings us to a beautiful day of celebrating with the children and the families that are now their families forevermore. To be in a forever home is what every person wants. And so to realize that even after going through trauma that had you removed from or otherwise separated from your natural parents, but to find a new set of parents that love you like their own, this is what every one of us wants to be. And in fact, this year we're celebrating the adoption of 4 adults even, not just children.
Our 25th annual adoption celebration. So every November, we set aside one day to celebrate and honor the beautiful new families that have been formed through adoption over the course of the year and the many people working behind the scenes to make these adoptions possible. So we are so honored to have First Lady Donna Edwards and our other special guests with us today. But we are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we have someone from one of our adoptive families, Andrea Montleon. Come up, Andrea.
If everyone could please stand for the pledge. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And I now have the privilege to introduce our speaker, who has done so much to advocate for children and families in this state. So you can imagine that the election to be governor and to become the First Lady, you are given a platform. There's an opportunity to use your voice for good, and we are so, so grateful that our First Lady, Donna Edwards, and our Governor, John Bell Edwards, have really focused on children and families. It has been such a blessing to have her serve as our First Lady for the past 8 years. From creating Louisiana Fosters to launching the One Church, One Family, One Child initiative this year, the First Lady has been a tireless champion for children. She's been a consistent voice of support for vulnerable children and families in our state, and we are forever grateful for that support. As she and our governor have always said, these are Louisiana's children. They're our children. She leaves a legacy as First Lady of true service to our state's children, and it's a legacy that will no doubt bear fruit for many years to come. Please join me in welcoming First Lady Donna Edwards.
Good afternoon. And I'm an educator, so I can talk loud and proud. So let's give it up for our Ponchatoula from my home parish, Tanco Parish. Good to have you all. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Amanda. So I always like to say this about Amanda. Amanda and I first met planting, what'd you say? Pinwheels. I was going to say windmills. Pinwheels right outside of the governor's mansion, blue pinwheels, so it was great. So thank you for all you've done over the last 8 years, everything, so thank you so much. So good afternoon and welcome to the Louisiana Governor's Mansion. And thank you for joining us for the 25th anniversary. How amazing. This is incredible to be a part of this. In 2023, our last year of being here. So we have been very grateful and honored to be here, to be a part of this, to really get to know so many of you here today, to stand beside you, to walk with you, to encourage you, to really just to advocate for you. You're doing the hard work. You've done the hard work. we're just here to cheer you on and to really lift you up in so many ways. So I want to say thank you first and foremost to every single person in this audience. Because of you, so many children today are smiling and laughing. I can hear them out there right now. So God bless each of you. John Bella and I always said that these are our children because they belong to the state. And he couldn't be here today, so he sends his love and appreciation to each of you. But he has been a very strong supporter, and you all have known that, and have known that since he began. I will share this quick story. In 2016, many of you know or remember what happened in August of 2016. We had a flood, a rain that came and never left, right? And so in 2016, his calendar got totally cleared. And there was one meeting that he kept. And that meeting was with Wendy's wonderful kids. And he kept that because he knew how important that one meeting was. And that changed a lot of things in our state with children. Children that were hard to place, our older children. And they have done an incredible work, wouldn't you say, across our state. So I just want to give a round of applause for the work that they've done. So Louisiana Fosters is one of the initiatives under the platform of my Louisiana First Foundation that I've partnered with the Department of Children and Family Services and other national organizations. We found to find thousands of children that are loving forever families over these last 8 years. We are very proud of working together and have set several adoption records. 2016, the first ever adoption record of over 900 children out of our foster care program. 900 children, that was incredible. Yes, please, round of applause. And every year since, there's been hundreds and hundreds of children adopted out of our program. So nearly 6,000 children have found together forever homes since we started in 2016. So we're very proud of that and very proud of the work that you all here today have done. So thank you. So for anyone who is not familiar with Louisiana Fosters, it's basically a statewide resource linking government, nonprofits, businesses, faith-based organizations together to build a supportive network for the state's foster children, parents, grandparents, and other members who are caring for children in need. I've highlighted so much of this work over the last 7 years, and the people who are doing the hard work, really supporting their work through our Louisiana First Foundation under the Loving Louisiana blog that I put out each month. And you can find that at louisianafirstfoundation.com. One of the things that she mentioned earlier when she spoke is my One Church, One Family, One Child, and we're doing some more with that. We kicked off with Reverend Jonathan Stockstill in August. If you're interested, Kim Bigler spoke. She did an incredible job. But we would love to hear from many of you in the audience today, your churches to get involved. We're not trying to start any huge ministry, just it takes one church to recruit one family, and that one family go through the process, just like you have, many of you in the audience. Recruit a family, go through the process, and the church wrap themselves around that one family. And so if you're interested and to know more about it, there are churches already doing it. We just connect you, that's all we're going to do, and get it started this week in your church. So reach out to us, and we'll connect you with someone in your community. And we want to keep growing this program over the next years to come. So today, I feel like I need a drum roll. Today, I want to announce the number of children who have been adopted out of the program this year. Today, I want to announce that 619 children and young people have been adopted out of our foster care program. And they have been adopted by 465 amazing families. God bless each of those families. And among those 619 adoptions this year, 307 siblings adopted together by 176 families. That's huge. That is huge. Another huge number that has grown 43 teenagers. Huge. And that's a strong foundation on their pathway to adulthood. And 4 young adult adoptions from extended foster care. Yay, yay, yay. That's huge. And it takes all of you here today. It takes the foster parents, now adoptive parents. It takes caseworkers. It takes our judges. It takes our DCFS admin. It takes all of you. It takes our Secretary, Terry Ricks. Can we give her a round of applause? It takes everybody from the receptionist who answers the phone, each and every one of you. It takes all of you a part of this to make all of these children, these 619 children, our Louisiana children, our children, to find forever homes. So thank you for all that you're doing. I'm so grateful. The governor's grateful. Our state is grateful to all of you for taking part in this amazing number and amazing blessing to our state. I want to say one last thing. We chose this year. Every year we pass out throughout the state. We send out. That was scary. We pass out throughout the state ornaments. We send to schools all over the state. There was a great idea that came through that we should let you all make ornaments, and I heard it was a hit. So I'm going to ask you before you leave to go to the ornament station. Make sure the children with you today, or the young people with you today, design, paint, glitter, whatever you want. Maybe take it with you. You don't have time and return it later on. But we want to decorate our Christmas trees this year with an ornament that you all made. So please, before you leave, do that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless each of you, and we'll see you around.
Thank you, First Lady, for those wonderful remarks. And y'all, that Christmas trees decorated with the ornaments from children is a sight to behold. So it would be wonderful for each of you that are here today to get your ornament on the tree. But I am now honored to introduce to you my boss. Governor Edwards appointed Terry Ricks the Secretary of the Department of Children and Family Services almost a year ago in January, after she served as DCFS Deputy Secretary since 2016. And if you know Secretary Ricks, you know that she is brilliant. She has vast knowledge in legal and financial and policy and all of these areas, but she really truly leads with her heart and with vision and passion and compassion, and you'll no doubt see that today. So here to present our awards, it's my pleasure to introduce Secretary Terry Ricks.
Well, good afternoon. What a beautiful day. And I am reminded of, did I turn it off? That happens sometimes. Did I turn it off? No, okay. I'm reminded today of the time that I sat at the Capitol nearly 8 years ago, and the governor in his inauguration speech said that there was a strong breeze of hope blowing in Louisiana, and the wind is here today helping us to be reminded of that strong breeze of hope. And with that, hope to 6,000 children over this term to come to a forever home through adoption. And to be able to be here on the 25th anniversary of this celebration, to look out on the heroes that I see before me, I am just elated to be here with you and to serve as the Secretary for Children and Family Services in Louisiana. There are so many amazing things happening, and one of the things that happened first for me when I was appointed secretary is that Amanda Brunson said yes to being assistant secretary. And I thank you, Amanda, for all the work that you have done and are doing on a daily basis. I would ask you to join me in thanking Amanda for saying yes to this job. I also, before we talk about the honoring some of you today in extra special ways, I want to make sure that you all feel honored. We believe that you really are the superheroes. It's kind of cool to have this like the day after Halloween when you look out and the doorbell rings and there are every superhero you could think of ends up at the door, the cutest heroes that you would ever see. And it helped me and reminded me of the princesses who are also heroes and all the superheroes that were named, that heroes come in a lot of shapes and sizes. They do a lot of things. They have a lot of different superpowers. And when I look out at you guys, I see that vast array of superheroes, and I know that this celebration is a really good celebration. And I pray that each of you feels a great deal of gratitude that we have for the work that you do, for the heart that you have, and for allowing us something to celebrate today, which is permanency through adoption. And so before we get started with giving some honors to a few of you, I'd like to start off by giving some special recognition to our First Lady and to the governor, who is not with us in person today, but has been with us for every day of his term. We say thank you to Louisiana's best First Lady and Louisiana's best governor. To the governor and the First Lady, we thank you for hosting us today, but we also thank you for all of your work on behalf of children in this state and for families in this state. It has been an absolute honor to work with you and the families here in support of Louisiana's children. The governor's strides made in education and early childhood have made a forever impact on this state, and we believe that they are primary prevention to kids even coming into our care. The way that the governor supported the First Lady's initiatives, I sometimes have to be reminded that the First Lady doesn't have a job. She's not getting paid for this, is what I mean. Now, she takes her own jobs. She decides what she wants to do, and what she decided to do was anything and everything to support children. But in very impactful ways, the ways that the First Lady has championed children in every way has made a very real impact on families, and it has provided support to all of us. If you're here, you are a benefactor of the support that the First Lady has brought forward. The two of them have brought a real important and difficult platform for issues that are difficult to talk about, like trafficking, like needing adoptive families, like needing the support for families that are fostering. I think of such when I think about all that you do, I think about all the work that they have done. First Lady, in 2019, DCFS awarded you DCFS's first Adoption Advocate Award. Do you remember that? Well, today, we wanted to acknowledge your love, your learning attitude, your leadership, and your enduring support for our mission, which has bolstered our staff and countless families throughout Louisiana whose every waking moment is devoted to building better lives for children. Please join me as I give this acknowledgement and honor to our First Lady. First Lady, if you would come up here, and Amanda, we're going to take a picture of the three of us together, but it says, proudly presented, a certificate of appreciation, proudly presented to First Lady Donna Hutto Edwards. Did you say Hutto?
Hutto.
Donna Hutto Edwards. In honor of outstanding service and unwavering commitment to the welfare of foster and adoptive children and families, for the compassion and leadership that have made a profound impact on the lives of countless children, offering them hope, love, and the promise of a brighter future, for exceptional dedication to increasing awareness and championing the prevention and eradication of human trafficking, for transformative contributions and resolute allegiance to these noble causes, we present this certificate of appreciation on this first day of November 2023. Okay. Oh, she's.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, First Lady. As you know, we work to strengthen the families we serve with the ultimate goal of reunifying those families, but sometimes that's just not possible. We seek to find loving, permanent homes and families for children when that isn't possible through adoption. The First Lady said it first, but it definitely bears repeating. Nearly 6,000 adoptions from foster care since 2016. That is simply amazing to me. It says so much about all the people involved, from the staff to you all, to the communities that support you, and we appreciate the determination it takes to make this happen. I'm grateful to be here to share in the joy of this day, to celebrate with all of you, and to honor all the families and highlight some special families and partners who've gone above and beyond. It is a wonderful task, actually, to look at all these heroes who have stepped forward to provide a loving home. And we are so glad some of you heroes have graced us to be here today. It's a more difficult task to choose a few to highlight with an award. You all deserve one. Each of those who will receive an award today is a testament to what we can do when we work together for the well-being of our children and our care. Our first honor goes to someone who has served adoptive children and families from every angle. Our first Adoption Advocate of the Year is Ms. Paula C. Davis. Thank you. Stand right here for a second. I want to tell people a little bit about you. All right. Paula has more than 20 years of both domestic and international adoption experience and has dedicated her career to serving the children who are more challenging to place. A field education liaison and instructor with the LSU School of Social Work, she was previously the clinical director of Catholic Charities here in Baton Rouge. Paula has been instrumental in helping to build post-adoption services for our families. Through a partnership between DCFS and the National Center for Adoption Support and Education, she has trained social work, behavioral health, and child welfare professionals across the state on adoption competencies. The training helps these professionals meet the needs of the adoptive children and families they serve by better understanding the core issues they face. Paula has volunteered her time and expertise to offer this course for us over the last 2 years, and she plans to continue doing so in 2024. She's a member of the Louisiana Law Institute's Children's Code Committee and the Louisiana Adoption Advisory Board. Please join me in thanking and honoring our Adoption Advocate of the Year, Ms. Paula C. Davis. Thank you so much. Right here we have this award for you, and if you would turn around, Amanda and I will get a little picture with you. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Congratulations, and thank you for everything you're doing. We also decided to honor 2 community partners of the year. This year we're awarding 2 because I just couldn't make up my mind. And really the work in these 2 different communities is just outstanding and deserves to be announced. Both of these community partners are known to the First Lady as well because they've been active in Louisiana fosters. Their partnership over time is just, I can't imagine what our work would be without them. The first community partner of the year is James Samaritan. Our first community partner lives its organizational mission. You can find it on the website. It says, we connect the community and church to create healthy support systems for kids and families in our foster care system. We didn't have to see it written down because we have seen it in action. We've witnessed it in the way that she supports in every way. James Samaritan is a nonprofit organization based in Covington and founded by the faithful and fierce Kim Winston Bigler. From its beginnings as James Storehouse, the organization has continued to expand its services for foster children and youth. As I saw firsthand recently at James Samaritan's annual State of the Children breakfast, the organization is an invaluable resource for its community, our DCFS team, and to foster families and youth. Among the many services it provides, James Samaritan hosts family visits and adoption meet and greets. They have provided temporary housing for children without placements. They provide donations to help kinship caregivers or youth who are aging out of foster care. They organize an annual Christmas gift drive for children in foster care, and all of that is outside of the programs they run and provide, like Life Network, a mentoring program for teens and young adults, like Life Institute, a weekend for young adults in foster care to connect with healthy community mentors, and like Royal Family Kids Camp, which offers children in foster care the opportunity to go to a summer camp. We're beyond grateful for their service and leadership. We are honored to call James Samaritan the DCFS Community Partner of the Year from their community, and we're thankful that Kim is here with us today. Kim Winston Bigler, please join me for us to give you this award. Please join me. I see you have someone else with you.
Yes, I actually passed off leadership this year after doing this since 2015 to Julie and John Wonder Jim, who many know have run Royal Family Kids Camp for years now. So we have joined forces, and now Julie leads, and there's our new director for James Samaritan. And I couldn't be more proud and honored that God chose them to carry on this next leg of the race, while I go and determine and do other things for this organization and for our kids in Louisiana. So thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you both up here. Let's take a picture together. We're going to step back a little bit so we can go ahead and get all of us in this picture. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now we have another community partner that we'd like to award. Foster the Love. Our next community partner was founded by a foster and adoptive parent. Matt and Heather Duhan fostered and adopted 2 of their 5 children. Understanding the unique needs of foster families, Heather founded Foster the Love 5 years ago, providing support and resources. They now have a freestanding building in Broussard that is a fully stocked community closet full of gently used clothes, baby equipment, diapers, formula. They helped establish a community closet in the Acadia parish town of Church Point and are working to open satellite locations in a few other areas. Foster the Love offers first night bags of clothing and hygiene items for children who are going into a foster home for the first time. And they sponsor social events throughout the year for foster families to become acquainted. They helped renovate the visitation rooms in the DCFS Lafayette office, ensuring that children and families are visiting in a warm and friendly environment. Not only does Foster the Love support foster families, but they provide outreach services to churches and other organizations to help recruit more certified foster caregivers. Heather Duhan has taken her personal journey and turned it into a critical support system for our agency and, more importantly, for the children and families we serve. I'm grateful for Foster the Love and honored to name Foster the Love as a DCFS Community Partner of the Year. Please, Heather, please join me to receive your honor. Thank you. So, Heather, I see you have someone with you as well.
Yes, Actually, I am Heather Mylan. I am foster parent also and then executive director as Heather Duyon went on to Colorado with family. And then we have grown and now have a chapter director who is Casey Associate. And so a second hand and helping out in our growth and helping the children in the Lafayette region.
Awesome. Well, it's nice to have you both. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. So we're also going to honor 2 adoptive families of the year. First, Miss Cecilia and Ernest Carter from the Thibodaux region. The Carters were determined to keep their family together, which is why they adopted their 3 grandchildren. The Carters, who are from Lafourche Parish, chose to take in their grandchildren ages 3, 6, and 12 when they were unable to remain in their own home. They have been particularly strong advocates for their 12-year-old granddaughter. When I read that sentence, I was like, the staff wrote that. They've been particularly strong advocates. They always take the initiative in getting services they feel can benefit her. Never once have they questioned their decision to foster and adopt in order to keep their grandchildren in their family. Such a beautiful expression of their love. For their dedication, determination, and devotion, we are proud to honor Cecilia and Ernest Carter as a relative adoptive family of the year. They couldn't be with us, but the worker who has been working them, Ms. Trina Favorite, will receive the award on their behalf. Welcome, Trina. So we'll take this picture, and then we're gonna, Photoshop them in. It's a great opportunity to acknowledge the work of the DCFS staff. If you are a member of the DCFS staff, would you please raise your hand? Thank you so much for all that you do. Let's move to our second family. Adoptive Family of the Year, Katie and Cody Monteleone from the Covington region. Katie and Cody Monteleone were directing a Teen Reach adventure camp where they met several children in foster care over the years. Then, in October 2022, they learned of a 17-year-old named Andrea whose adoption had fallen through. The Monteleones took Andrea in to live with them and their 3-year-old son, Graham. They formed a bond very quickly. They became certified to adopt, officially adopting Andrea the morning of her high school graduation, allowing her to graduate with her new name. The Monteleones have helped Andrea get into college and obtain her U.S. citizenship. For opening their hearts and home to a teenager who became part of their family, we are proud to name the Monteleones our second adoptive family of the year. Please, Katie and Cody, come and join us to be honored. You deserve it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Whew, what an honor. Well, one of the other awards that we give is for a particular DCFS region who has done a particularly outstanding job. Our Thibodaux region is receiving this next award for the second year in a row. Their adoption unit finalized 74 adoptions with only 3 full-time adoption specialists. There's a lot of different staff that support those adoption specialists, and we thank the lawyers and the admin staff and their leaders as well. While this award is given to the staff as a team, I do want to mention a few names. 24.7 adoptions per worker is what we're talking about here. Robin Rodney is a new worker, and she finalized 4 adoptions. Crystal Short, the adoption supervisor, finalized 3 adoptions by herself on top of supervising the unit. Annette Snyder is the Wendy's Wonderful Kids recruiter for the Thibodaux region. She has worked for DCFS since 1999, became a Wendy's Wonderful Kids adoption recruiter in July 2017. Thankful to the governor for taking that meeting in 2016. And she has assisted with 13 adoptions as a recruiter. Annette will be retiring next month, and we wanted to honor her service. Sarah D. Sells is the child welfare manager for the region. The other adoption workers are Caitlin Diaz, Trina Favorite, I'm always going to get that wrong, Angeli LeBlanc, Rika Marks, and Tramika Washington. Please join me in congratulating the Thibodaux as our Region of the Year. We have a Worker of the Year. Her name is Lori Troyer. She has been with DCFS for 19 years, and she has served as an adoption specialist for the past 13 years. She has finalized hundreds of adoptions throughout her tenure, including 28 adoptions this year. Lori has, move this out the way. Lori has outstanding work ethic, which can be seen in the way she advocates for children and families she works with. She has been successful in finding adoptive homes for many teens and thinks outside of the box to find the best way to achieve permanency. Lori is such a dedicated employee. She has earned this honor twice before. For the passion that Lori brings to her work and for all she does for the children and families she serves, we are proud to award her this year as the Worker of the Year. But before we go, I want to make one last recognition. This event, we said before, has been happening for 25 years. The annual adoption celebration. It's actually one of our favorite days of the year. We're always looking forward to it. It's been very important. In the years past, we've had a full committee of people working on it. That changed in 2020 when our state's adoption program manager took over the planning the first year of the pandemic with primary responsibility for the events over the past 4 years. 2 of them virtual, and now this second year back at our traditional home at the governor's mansion. This day would not be possible without Cheryl's detailed planning and organization around the logistics of this special day. Making sure it goes off without a hitch for all of us is a huge responsibility, and we are in her debt. We want to give a special acknowledgement to Cheryl for her stellar work on this event, not only this year, but in the years past. Please join me in thanking Cheryl and by proxy, all of those who have volunteered or worked to make today great. Thank you, Cheryl. Please come up and receive your award. First Lady, please join us. But really, there are so many DCFS workers are employees that do way more than what the job description says because their heart is there. I think it was as of yesterday that I was still sending names to her, and she said, okay. But working with the mansion is like working for 2 bosses, right? Because you've got the mansion and then you got me. But anyway, as we conclude, and I look out on all you superheroes, and I think about this glorious day that we were granted as a gift from God, and the breeze that I still feel, and the hope that is in the hearts of every child that you have opened your home to, I am just blown away in gratitude for being able to be a part of this today. Congratulations to every one of you, whether you left with something to try to figure out what to do with and an award or not. I want to thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. And to our DCFS staff who helped make this day possible, thank you all for working on behalf of the children, Louisiana's children, our children. That's the end of our award ceremony. Please stick around and eat the rest of this food that we bought. And also get to know one another. What an incredible group of people. We are so glad each of you is here. Have a great afternoon. Thank you. Well, we want to direct everyone to our website, that's dcfs.la.gov, where all the information about helping maybe someone in your family through kinship or even becoming a foster family can be found at your fingertips.